Hello, I am Professor Rathod. Now going to deliver a lecture on binary vapor cycle. Now what is binary vapor cycle? Binary vapor cycle, when two cycles are connecting to each other, out of them one is water vapor cycle and another one is mercury vapor cycle. The components of binary cycle are steam turbine, steam condenser, pumps, steam economizer, steam superheater, mercury turbine, mercury condenser, mercury boiler and mercury evaporator. These are main components of binary vapor cycle. Now binary vapor cycle is also connected with the cogeneration system. As we know, the mean of cogeneration, as I have been explained, in can be explained on the basis of topping cycle as well as bottoming cycle. Cogeneration, when we can produce two type of energy simultaneously, that is, one is thermal energy and another one is mechanical energy. Both the energy can be generated or produced simultaneously. That also comes under the binary cycle. The model cycle for vapor power cycle is the Rankine cycle, which is composed of four internally reversible processes. Reversible processes, the process which is not irreversible or the process which is not natural, but the cycle or the operation can work in the reversible way, that is called as a reversible process. One is constant pressure heat addition in boiler, another one is isentropic expansion in a boiler, and the next one is constant pressure heat rejection in condenser, and the fourth one is isentropic compression in a pump. Those cycle we will understand again with help of the TS diagram. I will show you in the next slide. Steam. Next, the thermal efficiency of a Rankine cycle can be increased by increasing the average temperature at which heat is added to the working fluid and or by decreasing the average temperature at which heat is rejected to the cooling medium. The average temperature during the heat rejection be decreased by lowering the turbine exit pressure. Consequently, the condenser pressure or most vapor power plant is well below the atmospheric pressure. The average temperature during the heat addition can be increased by raising the boiler pressure or by superheating the fluid to high temperatures. There is a limit to the degree of superheating. However, since the fluid temperature is not allowed to exceed the metallurgically safe value, why it is concerned with Rankine cycle? Because basically Rankine cycle consists of the equipment, that is boiler, turbine, condenser and pump. That is why it is related to the Rankine cycle. As we know, Rankine is one of the basic cycle. Next, superheating has the added advantage of decreasing the moisture content of the steam at the turbine exit, lowering the exit pressure or raising the boiler pressure, however increasing the moisture content. To take the advantage of the improved efficiencies at higher boiler pressure and lower condenser pressures, steam is usually reheated after expanding partially in the high pressure turbine. This is done by extracting the steam after partial extraction in the high pressure turbine, sending back to the boiler where it is reheated at the constant pressure and returning it to the lower turbine for complete expansion to the condenser pressure. The average temperature during the reheat process and thus the thermal efficiency of the cycle can be increased by increasing the number of expansion and reheat stages. Now the next, this is actually binary vapor cycle. As I told you, binary, when two of the cycles are connected to the heat exchanger, one is water vapor cycle, another one is mercury vapor cycle. So in this diagram, if we start from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, up to point number 9. So what is there in between 1 to 2? That is turbine. When in this diagram, when the steam comes from the mercury boiler, that steam gives the expansion to the turbine, so that turbine rotates. It means mechanical energy happens in it. Then as the generator is connected to the turbine, there is generation of electricity. Then the steam from a turbine which goes to the heat exchanger, through the heat exchanger, that next water or the mercury goes to the mercury feed pump, and then that mercury is again supplied to that boiler. After supplying the heat to that mercury boiler, it generates the steam. That is one of the cycle. Now the one more cycle, that is which one connected to the heat exchanger. Then now after superheater, there is a turbine. The turbine is, we can say, a steam turbine. That when the steam goes and falls on the blades of the turbine, that means turbine rotates and there is generation of electricity again. Then the remaining steam goes to the condenser with the low pressure. In the condenser, that steam is going to converted into the water, going to convert it into the water, and then it goes to the mercury water pump, and then again it goes to the heat exchanger. What happens in the heat exchanger? Either a hot type of mercury or steam is going to convert it into cold, or cold is going to convert it into hot. That is the main function of heat exchanger here. And this is the two cycles which are connected with each other with help of heat exchanger. That is why the name binary vapor cycle. Now the next, the very important is TS diagram of binary vapor cycle. We can understand it. T is the temperature, S is the entropy. On the above diagram or the top diagram, that shows mercury power cycle, and below diagram shows steam power cycle. The mercury power cycle and steam power cycle, these are the two cycles when putting together, and when there is the cogeneration with help of mechanical energy as well as the electrical energy simultaneously generate. That is nothing but the word cogeneration is also applies here. When 1 to 2, when there is a expansion takes place inside the turbine, it means the temperature decreases. Then 2 to 3, after the turbine there is the condenser at the constant temperature, the entropy decreases from 2 to 3 in the above diagram. Then 3 to 4, after the condenser there is pump in the diagram as we have seen. 3 to 4, the temperature is increases when the mercury heat is applied to the mercury and the temperature, pressure as well as the temperature increases, that is shown in 3 to 4. From 4 to 1, 4 to 1, there is a constant temperature and entropy increases, that happens in 4 to 1. So the basic 4 component: 1 to 2 turbine, 2 to 3 condenser, 3 to 4 pump, and 4 to 1 boiler. Then in the below diagram, again from 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, and 8 to 9, again there is one more. After the superheater, heater, again the mercury vapor comes to the turbine. When the steam or the falls on the blades of turbine, when the steam falls on the blades of the turbine, it means turbine rotates, it means expansion is taking place, it means the temperature is decreases from 5 to 6. Then again in the, we can say, the mercury condenser, 6 to 7, temperature remaining constant and entropy is decreases. Then from 7 to 8 pump, again the temperature increases, and then 8 to 9 the entropy somewhat increases. Then temperature remaining constant, and again after the vapor region, somewhat the temperature is increases, like how this steam power cycle as well as mercury cycle uh, represented on the TS diagram. Now the next slide is on the binary cycle. The production of more than the useful form of energy from the same energy source is called cogeneration. As I told you, in this, for working of the turbine, the steam is generated, it means the thermal energy takes place, and then the mechanical energy is also takes place. So both thermal as well as electrical energy are produced. That is why the word cogeneration. Cogeneration plants produce electric power while meeting the process heat requirement of the certain industrial processes. This way, more of the energy transferred to the fluid in the boiler is utilized for a useful purpose. The fraction of energy that is used for either process, heat or power generation, is called the utilization factor of the cogeneration plant. The next, so for the binary vapor cycle, the overall thermal efficiency of the power plant can be decreased by using binary cycle or combined cycle. The binary cycle is composed of two separate cycle, one at high temperature, that is topping cycle, and the other is relatively low temperature, that we can say the bottoming cycle. The most common combined cycle is the gas steam combined cycle, where the gas turbine cycle operates at the high temperature range and steam turbine cycle at the low temperature range. Steam is heated by high temperature exhaust gases leaving the gas turbine. Combined cycle have the higher thermal efficiency than the steam or gas cycle operating alone. And now if we go to the actual diagram of binary vapor cycle, there are the ranges of the temperature as well as the pressure I can mention over here. when the steam passing through the steam turbine, which goes through the condenser and goes to the pump through the economizer. Before the economizer, the temperature remains around 171 degrees Celsius, and after the steam economizer, it increases up to 210 degrees Celsius. Then this is enters into the condenser of the mercury system. Then it goes to the steam turbine again back. By that time the temperature remains 210 degrees Celsius, but pressure is around 30 bar. Then again, when the cycle is around at the mercury condenser, the second cycle, that mercury cycle, from turbine, then it goes again to the steam condenser. By that time, in between the mercury condenser and the pump, the temperature remaining around 250. Then that is through the pump. After the condenser, that pump pumps the condensed into the mercury drum, or also called as mercury boiler. Then it goes to the evaporator. Then through the evaporator again it comes to the steam mercury drum. So in the mercury drum, after heating, it produces around 500 degrees Celsius of the mercury vapor. Then it goes to the turbine, and in the mercury turbine it generates around 15 megawatt of the power. And in the circuit of water vapor cycle, the steam turbine, which is connected to the generator, which produces around 18 megawatt of the power. So that is the technical parameters of this binary vapor cycle. As I told you, binary vapor cycle is the cycle nothing but a combination of two cycle. That is, one is water vapor cycle and the another one is mercury vapor cycle. That's all. Thank you.